Hi guys, I'm Celeste. I just wanted to make a video and talk to you guys about how the crazy ways that God has been providing for my college tuition. It has been so eye-opening and actually crazy. Like every time he blows my mind, I'm like, no way. And then he does something else. It's just like, no way. And it's just been one thing after another. It has taught me to have bigger faith, and each time it's just so crazy. The first crazy thing that happened was I had this bill coming up on my tuition, and it was the day of, right? So I have a part-time job. I'm going to work. I'm stressed out because I'm like, I don't have like $1,000 to just pay this bill today. And I didn't know what I was gonna do. I'm going to work and I'm like, God, I don't know like how this is gonna work out. I don't have it on me right now. I don't know how you're gonna work this out, but I'm choosing to have faith that you are gonna provide, even though it is not. It was literally a choice I had to make in my brain to be like, no, my brain, like all I want to do is stress, like I don't have a blah blah blah. But like I had to make the choice to be like, no, I am choosing to trust in God right now that He's gonna provide. I don't know how He's gonna do it, but that's not my job. That's literally not my job. So um, I went to work and I had a normal shift, which I was like, like I wonder what he's gonna do. I was like, like expecting someone to like come in with a check, be like, here's your here's your money. No, I had a very normal shift, and I was like, okay. So I got home and walking in the hallway to my apartment, I check my bank account. Tell me why. This is October. This is in October, mind you. Tell me why I have a direct deposit from the IRS. I'm not even joking. I'm not even like the IRS isn't known to just send money and just to give money out. No. Like what? That was the craziest thing. I was like, what is going on right now? So the IRS direct deposited me money. And then I checked on my bill on the tuition statement and it got pushed off another month. So obviously I'm like, my mind is blown. Because like literally when would the IRS just send you money? Like I did my taxes in like February and it's October. Like what? So the next thing that happened that was crazy and everybody tried to gaslight me. Oh my gosh, they tried so hard. Was I had this bill, my tuition statement for $1,444. And whew, I was like, man, that sucks. um, and I this one I didn't stress out so much. And I'm kind of just doing my thing. I'm doing what I can. I'm working. I'm going to school. Um, and I'm not really stressing out about it. And then I checked my tuition statement, and there's a payment for $1,444. I'm the only person that has access to my to pay my tuition. Like my family doesn't have access to my login and um, all that. So I'm the only one who pays money besides like FAFSA and stuff. And so I didn't pay the $1,444. Yeah. So that was really crazy. And I posted on my story and everyone was trying to gaslight me and they're trying to say like, oh, it was this, oh, it was this scholarship, oh, it was that, blah, 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 blah. But they try to basically take away um, trying to give credit to anything or anyone else other than God, because I was like, God literally paid my bill. Like, so crazy. And they're like, no, that didn't happen, blah, blah, blah. You know, that verse that says, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move, and it will be moved for you. I think people are robbing themselves from seeing mountains be moved in their lives just because of a lack of faith. Like so many times when Jesus performed miracles in the Bible, he says, go, like your faith has healed you. Like God wants us to have faith in him and who he says he is. If he says, my name is Jehovah Jireh, the Lord will provide. That's one of God's like names. But like the Lord will provide. That's what he said. So I'm just going to take him at his word. That's what he said. So those are the two things that happened first. Next, I'm going to tell you guys, let me paint this scene for you. I'm in school full time. I got this part-time job, but as I'm thinking about it, I'm getting like really burnt out because my degree, I have to put in a lot of hours outside of class working on projects. It's more about developing your skills than like taking a test. You know what I mean? Um, and so I have this part-time job on top. I'm getting really burnt out, and it's affecting me emotionally because then I'm crashing out. I'm crashing out over little things. And, sure, okay, I was a server, right? And so, like, sure, serving is stressful. Like, I was just overworking myself. And so I was like crashing out. So I didn't really know what to do. I'm praying about it. And I'm like, God, I don't know what to do. Like, I have school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I have work Friday, Saturday. I got church on Sundays, which I don't want to, I love church. I don't want to miss it. But I'm like, I don't have a day to just like chill, like, like unwind. Like, granted, Sundays are my rest day, but still, like, having something to do that day is like, oh, I have to be doing this. Like, I'm praying. I'm like, God, like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't want to work anymore. Like, I am so stressed out. I'm overworking myself. I'm crashing out emotionally because I'm not getting enough rest. And I just don't know what to do. And I got my answer, was basically to quit my job, that my body was more important, to take care of my body and not like overwork myself to the point of exhaustion. Because of what? Did I forget who he is? Like, why do I need to do that? So even though I had gotten my answer, I was still like, oof, are you sure? Like, are you sure you want me to quit my job? Because I'm looking at like my tuition, it's like thousands of dollars. And then I'm looking at my credit card bill. That's my bad. That's my bad. Okay. That's literally on me. I'm learning financial skills. And then I'm looking at my bank account and I have $100. I have $100. And my mom's texting me and she's like, you better make those last tips last. Like, oh, and I'm like, and so even though I had gotten my answer to quit my job, I was still very reluctant about it. They were kind of trying to convince me to stay, maybe do seasonal, maybe do part-time. And I was still just like very indecisive on what I should do. On my last day, I was like, okay, we'll talk about it on my last day, which was on a Tuesday. And that day, I get hit with this wave of like being so tired, and I had a headache, probably because I was like overworking. That was like right after midterm, so I was overworking myself hella. I have to call out on my last shift because I didn't feel good. But that was kind of my answer, because if I had went into my job, they probably would have convinced me to stay. Well, I quit my job. So it's kind of just like up to you. Like, I'm just trusting you now. It's like, we're in it now. What else are you gonna do? The next day, the middle class scholarship gets applied to my tuition, takes off $2,700, and I was like, wow, like, that's awesome. Let's go. Then the next day, I get an email, my student email account, saying, congratulations, Celeste, you got picked for a scholarship. And it was one of those scholarships where it's like one person gets it. So I was like, wow, like, this is so cool. And I was so incredibly grateful, because I just really felt like God's favor in that moment. But then the next day, I wake up to a text from a family member saying, oh, when are you going to be home? I need to send you a check. Bro, after I quit my job, instead of leaning on my own understanding, overworking myself to burnout, crashing out, I was like, okay, God, you got it. You've actually got it. The next day, middle class scholarship. The next day, gets picked for a scholarship. The next day, wakes up to a text being like, when are you going to be home? I want to give you money. Like, what? What? So crazy. It was so crazy the way my financial situation did a complete 180. I think I heard this quote somewhere. It's like, God doesn't bless burnout, you know? And I think burnout is like, it's kind of like this need to control, like this need for control. It's like, oh, I have to work. I have to provide for myself. I have to do this. And God's like, who's going to tell her? That's actually not right. You don't need to do that. And there's so much peace that comes along with just his provision, you know, the verse that says he makes me to lie down in green pastures, like that is literally what it's like following him. And yeah, like sure, there's trials and tribulations, but just the provision and knowing that I don't have to figure everything out myself, I don't have to provide for myself, like it takes a weight off your shoulders. And it's the complete opposite of what the world tells you, because whenever you think like i have to I have to figure all this out myself, it's just a breeding ground for anxiety, because it's like, oh, if I don't do this, this is going to happen, or blah blah blah, and it puts way too much pressure on yourself. And God's way of doing things is casting your burdens on him, because he cares for you. Okay, he doesn't want you to be burned out and stressed and overwhelmed. There's just this peace and knowing that like he provides. If he provides for this sparrow, wait, how's it go? You know what, let's look it up. I don't want to misquote it. Okay, so Matthew 6:25 is my Bible. That is why I tell you not to worry about everyday life, whether you have enough food and drink and enough clothes to wear. Isn't life more than food and your body more than clothing? Look at the birds. They don't plant or harvest or store foods in the barns, for your heavenly Father feeds them. And aren't you more valuable to him than they are? Can all your worries add a single moment to your life? Ah, like he's so good. He's so good. And he's so sweet. Oh, and it goes on to say, and why worry about your clothing? Look at the lilies of the field and how they grow. They don't work or make their clothing, yet Solomon in all his glory was not dressed as beautifully as they are. If God cares so wonderfully for wildflowers that are here today and thrown into the fire tomorrow, he will certainly care for you. Why do you have so little faith? Yeah, so I would say in this last year, especially, God has just been teaching me to have bigger faith. Every time it's like, I'll have faith, and he's like, bigger, bigger. And it's just like literally growing my faith as he shows up every single time. It's been really crazy. And I just wanted to share with you. It's my first video or my first video on faith stuff, so I know it's like probably all over the place, but there's kind of like this mental trap of thinking that you have to provide for yourself, or you have to hustle and you have to grind, or you have to do things you don't want to do for money because it's you versus the world. And that is simply not true. It's completely false. And that's why we have to renew our mind in the Bible and in God, because he tells us, don't worry, give your ways to me. I will provide for you. I have plans for you. Good plans, might I say. And yeah. I praise God, I'm a servant. Yeah, I'm saved, but I'm still learning. Like I never said I'm perfect. Even if you